Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. Sorry for the late video this week. It is Thursday when I'm filming this and I'm going to try and get this up today, and I'm supposed to upload on Mondays. The reason why I haven't posted is because I've just been having like a lack of video ideas. Like I haven't been able to think of anything creative. And so yeah, that's why I didn't upload anything, because I didn't just want to upload a video for the sake of uploading a video if it wasn't going to be good. But at the same time, I don't want to miss a week. So this video is just going to be a kind of a life update. So we all know what's going on in the world right now. I know that a lot of people are either in like self-isolation or quarantine or something that makes them stay home all the time, unless of course they are an essential worker. And so for me, I haven't been staying home, which I mentioned in my video last week about my Uber Eats earnings, because Uber Eats is considered an essential service. Therefore, I've been going out and I've been working. So yeah, my life has changed a little bit from everything, because obviously school got canceled. Well, canceled. School moved to online. So yeah, it's a little strange not having school at this time of year, because it should be like exam season right now, and I pretty much didn't have any exams. I know, like, I was in like a Zoom call with some of my track teammates about a week ago, and then like we were watching the athletic banquet online. And so after that finished, some of them had to log off like right away because they had to study for like assignments and like tests and stuff that they still had due. Meanwhile, I've been done school for about 2 or 3 weeks now, because all of my profs and TAs just cut the final assignment. So let's say there were supposed to be 4 papers, there were only 3. If there were supposed to be 3 tests, there was only 2, etc. And then they just reweighted everything. So for me, my school ended relatively quickly, relatively early, but I know that some other people may or may not still have some things to do. So yeah, that's pretty much been my life. My life has been going out, driving for Uber, coming home. Like I will go between like 7 and 10 hours every single day, and then I come home and I just crash. And so I guess like my brain is just tired, or like I'm just like in this mundane state of mind, like wake up, do the same thing, come home. We'll drive on the same streets, go to the same stores, hear the same voice from Siri telling me to turn left. Like I feel like I'm doing the same thing every day, and it's the same one thing. And so I just feel like, I don't know, the creative juices aren't flowing. Like typically for me, a day is like going to school, going to track, and then I did start doing Uber Eats before school was canceled. So like my day was school, track, Uber Eats every single day. However, it was 3 like separate individual things that I was doing every single day. And then I also got to see my friends, and we would have conversations, and sometimes I would tell a story based on a conversation that I had with a friend. Now like my friends and I, we've been like texting, and like we've been in like group chats and stuff, and like sending TikToks back and forth, but like it's not the same as talking face to face. And so I just feel like a lot of my videos are opinion videos or story times. So I might make a video of an opinion based on a conversation that I had with my friend. So my friend and I had a conversation about something, and then I just turned that conversation into a video. But now my friends and I aren't really having those conversations, so then I'm not saying I don't have any opinions. I'm just saying, like, for me to get a new one every single week was from me interacting with my friends Monday to Friday. And so, yeah, like, now that that's not happening, that's very strange. Also, like, track in and of itself isn't happening, and like that, like I was literally in the form of my life, and like I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't worked out since the end of February, and it's almost the beginning of May. Like May is tomorrow, and I am like, I either need to start getting myself together, or when the world opens back up and everyone is allowed to go back outside and we're allowed to gather in groups and I'm allowed to gather with my 100% track team. Yeah. When, like, if I don't start getting myself together, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess when I go back to track, and I don't want it to be a mess. But yeah, so that's just kind of what's been going on in my life right now. I haven't been in quarantine. I've been working for 7 to 10 hours every single day. School isn't really happening. School's done for me, and track isn't happening, which is making me lose my mind because like that's what I do. Like I'll spend 6 hours at the track, and now instead I'm spending that time driving around in my car. Like no. Like I miss track so much. I was sorry that I'm all over the place with this video. I'm just voicing my thoughts out loud right now, pretty much. But yeah, so I was watching some old videos of me, not even old, but just like from this past season and from outdoor season last year, and I was just watching like how far I've come in my events. Like I was watching my triple jump videos from last summer, and like my jumps were really flat, and then I was watching my videos from like the indoor season, which was from like November to mid February. And like the height I was getting is truly the difference as to why I've been jumping so much farther. And the World Athletics YouTube channel has been posting the videos from the World Championship last year. So I've been watching those, and I've been watching the heptathlon and the long jump and the triple jump, and like the height that you get is like a really big factor. So that's another thing that I want to work on when I can get back outside. Another thing that like bugs me is like, in order for me to do my event, I need like a runway and a pit, and the only places that those exist are public places which are closed. Like I don't think I'm allowed to like go to the track down my street. Like I don't think I'm allowed to do that. So it's like I can't practice the technique that I want to practice because I need the right floor. Like I can't do it in my house because I'm not going to jump up and down in my house and make a whole ruckus for everyone else who lives with me. And then I can't do it outside on the pavement. Like you need the turf of the track. And there's nowhere that I know that has that kind of like material on the ground except for a track, and I don't even think I'm allowed to go to a track. So yes, there's obviously home workouts that I can do and like body weight exercises and such. That's not the problem. If I want to work on my technique, I need a runway, and I don't have a runway, and I'm not allowed to go to a runway. And so there's all these things that I want to try, and I can't even try them because I can't go to the track. So yeah, that's another thing that's like really getting to me. Like I've been doing track pretty much my whole life. I started when I was 6 and then like quit when I was 7. I quit doing club track when I was 7. But I was still competing for my school. And then I restarted doing club track when I was 13, and now I'm 21. So I've been doing club track for the past 8 years. Like track is what I do. That's what I spend most of my time doing. I'm either like lifting, or I'm doing runs, or I'm doing technical jumps, or like I'm always like at the track. Like that's what I do. And like the fact that I can't do that right now, like when I'm like out doing Uber, like I'll sometimes like jog. Like if I like parked up the street from the store, I'll jog to the store. That is not the same thing. And like I don't know why I'm trying to trick myself into thinking that it's the same thing, because it's not. Like I put on like some of my like track tights the other day because like I couldn't like find jeans that I wanted to wear. So then I put that on, and I was like, this is the first time I've worn athletic clothes in like a month and a half. Like that is so weird for me. I put on these like leggings that I usually wear like at least once a week, every week when I'm working out, and I put them on for the first time in a month and a half, and I was like, this feels so right. But I have nowhere to wear this to. I just wore it out doing Uber one day because I couldn't find jeans, or sweatpants or whatever. I just couldn't find pants, so I put those ones on, and I was like, like this is it. This is what I need. Like I need to be out doing track, and I can't. And yeah, so that's that aspect of my life. My like I don't know, my physical activity has definitely gone down. Like, yeah, sure, I'm getting about 10,000 steps a day according to my Fitbit, but like, that's nothing. That's nothing. Like, I would rather do less than 10,000 steps and like go and do some lifts, do some jumps, do some runs than do 10,000 walking steps. Like, if you're like getting your 10,000 steps in a day, like, good for you, but like, to me, like, this is 10,000 steps and this is what I typically do in one day. This is what I typically do, and now I'm doing 10,000 steps. Like, it's not even comparable. And so, I'm not saying 10,000 steps isn't good. Like, if you have your 10,000 step goal and you've been meeting it, that's great. But when you're like a high performance athlete and then now you're just reduced to counting your steps, it's not it's not the same. I don't feel like I'm doing anything, even though I've right left 10,000 times, but no, that doesn't cut it for me. So another thing for like the future kind of is summer school is still supposed to happen. So the end of the semester was online, and then my school was like communicating with all the students through email, and they were basically saying that they were going to release a list of all the courses that were going to take place online, because not all courses can be put online because of what they entail. Like, let's say it was a very hands-on course. Like, let's just pretend there was like an elective and it was like a pottery course. Well, then you can't really make pottery at home. Like, I don't think you have the wheel or the clay and all that stuff. I'm just making stuff up. I don't even know if my school has a pottery class. But what I'm saying is that classes where like you need to be there in person aren't gonna happen, at least in the summer. Maybe they'll figure out a way to have it like in September. But yeah, so they released a list of classes that are going to happen in the summer, and I have 3 classes, and I don't even know when summer school starts. I know it starts sometime in May, so it starts really soon. And so everything is going to be moved to online. And like, as I was saying, like, they might make more classes work for like fall, because if the whole world is still shut down by September, which like that's like I guess what the future projection is, like we're not going back to school in person in September. Like, I don't, like, let's say I heard that the world was going to be shut down for like a year. That's what I heard. If that's incorrect, sorry, but that's what I heard, right? So if that's true, and then there's certain courses that cannot be done online for some reason, then all the people in those majors, like let's say that's a required course and they can't do it, then they're going to be held back for an entire year because they can't do that course. And I just feel like I honestly don't even know when I'm going to graduate, because I already switched majors, as you guys know. I made a video about that. And so that already set me back a year. And then, like, my school had a strike in my first year. And so that set me back a little bit because summer school didn't happen that year and I intended to go to summer school. So, like, the 6 to 12 credits that I would have gotten in the summer, I didn't get because the winter semester went into summer. So then that kind of set me back a little bit. And then, like, now this is happening, and I did finish all of my courses, but then some of the courses I wanted to take over the summer aren't happening. So once again, my summer course load is being reduced because I'm trying to take more courses over the summer because I switched. And so I want to like get as many credits as possible so that I don't end up graduating when I'm 32, right? So yeah, I've been trying to take a lot of summer school courses so that I can catch back up. But like, everything's being reduced right now. And then if in September those same courses aren't happening, then like some of the courses are like a prerequisite for another. So let's say you were going to take a second year course that isn't being offered, then you can't even move on to the third year course. So then you're just sitting there like, well, I can't take any of the third year courses yet because I haven't taken this core second year course. So now I can sign up for 0 courses because I've done all the courses that I can do up to this point, and this one fundamental class isn't happening. So if this does continue for another year, I feel like they're gonna try and figure out a way to make all classes available, or if not, they might, I don't know if this is even possible, but maybe they'd have to like cut some courses that are considered like, that are like, that you have to take towards your major. Like they might have to cut some compulsory courses, because if the world is shut down for another year and a half, 2 years, and then there's this one compulsory course that you can't take because it's not possible to do online, so then you're just stuck in university for an extra 2 years. And then like, I don't know. I don't really know how that's going to work, but I'm not the one who has to figure that out, but I would like it to get figured out, because it does affect me, because I'm a student who has courses that aren't offered online. So there's that. So yeah, that's a little thing about the future. Another thing, this is just a quick little random thing. If you follow me on Twitter, then you know that I recently got Final Cut Pro on my Mac. So I've been using Windows since like forever, and then in December I got a Mac. I got it on Cyber Monday, and like, so back it up. On my Windows, I use Filmora. That is my editing software of choice. And then when I got my Mac, I just downloaded Filmora on Mac. So like, I do pretty much all of my editing on my Windows desktop. But then like, if for like, okay, sorry, I'm all over the place. I have the old version of Filmora on my desktop, and I like it better, and I don't want to upgrade it. But then I have the new version on my Mac, and there's some things that the new version can do that the old version can't. So if there's something that I need to do that the old one can't, I'll edit it quickly on my laptop and then export that like snippet and then put it into the old Filmora. Like, I do most of my editing on my desktop, and if there's something that I need a laptop for because I need the new version, then I do it on my laptop, right? Now I got Final Cut, and I'm going to edit this video with it. I'm not saying, oh, I'm using a software that costs $300. I will not confirm or deny whether or not I actually spent the $300, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm using a program that costs $300. That doesn't mean that my editing is like, especially for this video, my first time editing with it, it's not going to be like great, spectacular, all this and I don't know, like, my editing is pretty simple. I just cut out mistakes and, like, unnecessary pauses, but I know that there's, like, better features with Final Cut, so as I get more accustomed to it, my editing style might evolve slightly. Like, it's not going to become, like, zoom into my face every 3.47 seconds, like, no. But, like, I'm just trying to say that I'm using a new editing software now. Or, back it up, I'm not committing to Final Cut Pro, which is why I may or may not have spent the $300, because why spend all that money if you don't even know if you're going to like something, right? So, once again, not confirming or denying whether or not I got it for free, but that's not what we're talking about. So, I'm trying it for this video, and if I like it, I will continue to use it, and if not, I'll go back to Filmora, because I've been using it for 4 years and it's worked pretty well for me. One thing, like, I was playing around with it like earlier in the week, and one thing I noticed is everything autosaves, which I do not like, because like, yes, like, oh, if your computer crashes, then your project is saved and you don't have to start all over. I guess that's good or whatever, but sometimes you want to save as, and then like have that file, and then you want to just like do a little quick edit thing, and then if you're like, oh, I don't like that, then you can just like go back to your save as, and then you're back to the checkpoint that you wanted to be at. Now there is no checkpoints. Every single cut, every single text you add, every single music you add, every single anything you do is saved. And it's like, but what, like, how do I get back to my checkpoint? There is no checkpoint. Everything saves. So that's what I don't like so far. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna use it for this video. Like, so you've been watching this video for a while now, assuming you got to the end, and maybe you didn't even notice that I'm using a different editing software, because as I said, I pretty much have an editing style at this point, and I don't really know how much Final Cut is going to change that, but I don't know. I'm just trying something different. So yeah, I just think that that's everything. I know that I just rambled and just went from one topic to another, to another, to another. But yeah, that's just kind of what's going on in my mind right now and things that are happening in my life right now. And I just haven't been able to think of video ideas. I thought of one for this coming Monday, but honestly, I don't really know how I'm gonna do it, if that makes any sense. Like, I have a bunch of ideas, I just don't know how to film them or like how to word them, and then it like, I don't know. Like, I had a different video for Monday, and then I was like rehearsing it in my room, and by rehearsing I mean talking to myself in my room. Basically, I say my videos out loud off camera before I film it, and I was either talking for way too long, so then it would have been like an hour video, and I'm like, well, no, not doing that. Or I just wasn't being clear, and I want to be clear in my video. So yeah, I have lots of ideas. I just don't have any that I can film right now because I'm just not in the state of mind to film those videos. And so yeah, that's just what's going on right now. The creative juices aren't flowing as much as I would like them to. Track isn't happening. Summer school starts in like a week or so, and I've been working 7 to 10 hours every single day. So yeah, that's kind of my life right now. And yeah, that's this video. That's my life update. So yeah, sorry that this video is 3 days late. But yeah, I've just not been in a very creative mindset lately. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it, or I hope I explained why I've been MIA for the past 3 days. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.